Our next selection, as you can see in the program, is entitled Vernonia Overture, and was composed by my son Nathaniel, currently a senior at Mazama High School. He began working on this piece during his sophomore year at Vernonia High School, which is in the small logging community of Vernonia, Oregon, located in the foothills of the coastal mountain range between Portland and Seaside. This is where he attended school for grades 7 through 10. I was in my second year of teaching band there when on December 7th of 2007, the town experienced a devastating flood. The result of an uncommonly large snowmelt, 14 inches of rain over a 24-hour period, and the town's location being right smack between the Nehalem River and Rock Creek. The flood buried the town under 5 feet, at least, of water. Homes were destroyed, forcing some families to be rescued in rowboats and then have to live in FEMA trailers for more than a year. The high school, too, was almost completely destroyed and had to be toppled for safety reasons. This included my band room as well. For the next four and a half years, all middle and high school classes were held in portable classrooms. One of the more amazing things to come from this was receiving several boxes of band music to replace some of what was lost from my music library. The music was sent by renowned American composer Robert Sheldon, who had heard about the flood and the devastation it had caused, and as the head of instrumental music for Alfred Publishing, sent me more than 60 titles, free. It was 2 years later that my son began making the hour-long drive from our home to Vernonia. Funds were finally garnered and construction on a new school out of the floodplain began. And during Nate's sophomore year, he, along with the townspeople of Vernonia, got to experience the excitement of opening a beautiful new school building. Nate was inspired by the resiliency and perseverance of Vernonia's residents, who had chosen not to let the town fold up, and to invest in one another in moving forward. So in his sophomore year, before he would know he would be moving to Klamath Falls, Nate began to compose a piece of music dedicated to that town. Once here in Klamath Falls, he decided to finish the composition for his senior project. Now here are Nate's own words about his composition that you're about to hear for the first time ever in public. Quote, "In this piece you will notice it starts out slowly, portraying the grandeur and spectacular beauty I soaked in daily riding along the winding, twisting road through the majestic forested hills where Vernonia is nestled. Tension and chaos build as the storm rages and the waters rise. From there, it slows down again, and the town grieves as they view the aftermath of the flood. From that note springs a march-like section, wood block hammering out the construction of the new building. Defiance and determination are depicted by the brass as they hint at the school's fight song. The march section builds until it culminates in a massive fanfare, symbolizing not only the opening of the new school, but also the heroic perseverance that made me so proud to be part of that community." Unquote. Now to complete the circle and the story, Robert Sheldon, you know, that composer I just mentioned a moment ago, who sent me all that music, he agreed to be Nate's mentor on this composition and has given him invaluable guidance and instruction throughout the year via emails back and forth. So at this time, I'd like to introduce to you the composer and my son, Nathaniel McCroskey-Izzett, who will conduct the world premiere of Vernonia Overture.
Thanks, everyone. Before we get started here, I would like to dedicate this piece to all my classmates at Vernonia High School and extend great thanks to Mr. Robert Sheldon, who was instrumental in the composition of this piece. And I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you.